So hi everyone, this is me trying to make my first Sims YouTube video happen, and thanks for asking. I am actually using my desk for the first time ever. So yeah, here I am trying to make this disgustingly easy for myself using only my MacBook, for my MacBook Air no less, for all of the screen recording, webcam recording, voice recording, and editing and so on. So any reclaims you might have regarding the quality of the sound or the video shall be assigned towards Apple, because I for sure won't be receiving any of those. So I am in fact the Sims architect. I am a real architect playing The Sims. I will possibly, most definitely, be introducing myself more in depth in later videos. So without further ado, let's watch a video I made on my finished results for the Broken Shell Challenge. After which I will tell you more about the build and actually go through the whole layout and tell you what the heck is going on. Okay, so I hope you enjoy the video and I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Bye. My design for the Broken Shell Challenge is a small family home fusing together Scandinavian style with neo-oriental elements. A central inner courtyard creates a green heart for this suburban home, surrounded by all the main living areas and the main entrance. Through the folding window, greetings and recipes are exchanged between friends and neighbors. The kitchen opens towards the morning sun, and a transient glass wall unveils early who is coming for dinner. Years' worth of aromas have seeped deep into the timber beams and pillars, still bearing the load of this house undergone many modifications. The family comprises of a pair of parents and a daughter that's already off to study anthropology in uni. The parents, an architect and a publisher, collect art and redecorate on occasion, despite having opposite aesthetics. One prefers a more brutalist form, and the other a colorful bohemian brew, visible in the sunken living room. The daughter has in her room some treasures from her childhood, gifts from her late grandmother and precious souvenirs from her exchange year in Japan. All three in her family love to travel, and they never forget to bring back beautiful ornaments to put on display all around the apartment. Before having their daughter, the parents lived closer to the city center, where they performed a very metropolitan life. The pair were well-known gala-goers and thus built a house suitable for frequent visits from artists and academics alike, for evenings full of imported delicacies, music, and art chatter. The daughter, no stranger to entertaining guests, used to showcase her singing and dancing skills to any willing audience in their open living room, transforming into a Broadway-worthy stage at the will of a little girl. When it was time for her to go to bed, the remaining guests found their way into the garden or the separate kitchen for a little more soundproofed conversation, fueled by bottles of bubbly, meaning fizzy juice, and sparkling water, of course. The terrace in the back gets grazed by the last rays of sun at the end of each day. An outdoor kitchen was built to accommodate the warmer months, connecting to a darling vegetable patch producing fresh greens in the summer and the open-air dining area. The neon sign is a relic from past life, overlooking the cityscape of Newcrest. Similar charred cladding was used throughout the whole build in order to create a monochromatic look that fits well into the northern nature. Greenery is to be a sporadic overflow on the black canvas and the main attraction of each and every opening, piercing through the middle of the build. At night, the house is like a closed shell, glowing from the inside, letting a gentle puff out of its chimney. A dimly lit tail-like path leads to the main entrance, whilst the dark body turns its back towards the busy street and its bypasses, giving little entail on what merry life is happening on the other side of the wall. Here is where the family of three live, hoping to someday grow more people, whilst making happy memories together. sappy memories together. I hope I didn't lose all of the viewers during that video. I promise you I won't make those every time, and also I promise you I will make those every time. So for the ones of you who don't know, this is actually the Broken Shell Challenge by Zefrine. They made these blocks of rooms that you then use to make up a house, and you can make it as many stories as you want, and you can add interior walls. You can make some of these walls half walls, I think. Does it say actually in here? It says you can rotate but do not change the size or shape. No other buildings allowed. Oh, oops. You can change existing walls to half walls or fences, but do not delete walls when rooms are joined. Wall height can be changed. Decks can be added. No CC. Okay, so I won't be actually submitting my challenge or my result to anywhere, because I did use CC, almost exclusively CC, and I did add this outdoor kitchen, which, I mean, you could easily remove it. It's not a part of the house, really. You probably don't remember the pieces unless you made this build for yourself, just by seeing the pieces once in that short clip, but I'll show you anyway. Well, first of all, I had these rooms. No, that's not one room. Say this, the living room. This is the exterior. No, actually, sorry, it goes over here. So it had this like bump out in the front, or however you view it. And then this room had this kind of bump out right here. And so I thought that it takes the architecture to a more traditional style, and I wanted to avoid that, because I've seen some of the designs for this challenge where they have the bump out towards the exterior of the house. I mean, you can see what I did there. So these are the two bump outs that I pushed like towards each other, and then this bump out turned into a what is it? A bump in. No, what is this called? Like oh my god. And I thought it was quite fitting, putting the bathroom here and its window over here, so it's more, because it's in the honestly, what is it called? Because it's further inside, it's more private, and you can't see it from here, for example. And so then I thought, if I was going to have the bathroom here, I wanted to have both of the bedrooms beside it. And I first wanted them both to have their own entrance to the bathroom, but then I thought it makes no sense because it's quite a small bathroom. But the idea first was to have a sleeping area and a dressing area, then the hygienic or the washing area, and again the dressing area and the sleeping area. So they create these zones, and it sort of the zoning and the arranging of the zones follows the function and the way that people actually live. But then I ended up not having those entrances, but it still works in my opinion. And it makes most sense anyway to have the entrance of the bathroom towards the main living area, where I have this sunken, it's barely sunken, but the sunken part, the sunken portion. And I used split leveling throughout the whole build, including this weird little stairway towards the entrance or the hallway, which I actually really, really like. I mean, it breaks the rooms a little bit, because this is supposed to be one block, but it has just this one stair in the corner. But I mean, it's not cheating. It becomes a part of this other room that had the bump out right here. And then you have this like non-space next to the windows, which I really like. And all of these beams, by the way, they are there to hide or in some places pronounce the original puzzle pieces. And also I felt that they really made the architecture of the house, and I think it's quite fun that it looks like maybe those were the original load-bearing beams and pillars, and like I said in the video as well, and then you just built the shell around it, like you have these more modern windows, but this was always here. Maybe the original wall was here, and I think actually if you look at the whole build that you can see it's almost made out of two houses. So maybe they had like this one that was more for like maintenance or animals or something like that, and this was the part where people actually lived, and before then it was a lot smaller. I hope you can follow my thoughts, by the way, because I'm just rambling, but that's anyway how my thought process went. So, and then then by conjoining those two houses, they made this inner courtyard. That's what I imagine anyway happened. Back to the living room. Well, first of all, I really want the space to be quite monochromatic and Scandinavian looking inside out. But then I fell in love with the sofa, and I thought it was big enough to actually fill the space. But all of the nice swatches that they just took me away. So then I had to use color, which I love color. So avoiding color is not natural to me, and avoiding clutter is not natural to me in real life or The Sims. So then this happened, and then I came up with the story that maybe one of the parents really likes the monochromatic brutalist look and is the architect probably. And that's how I feel in real life as well, that many of my colleagues are like. But then there's me, the one who sort of doesn't fit it in. Well, I don't know, but I do prefer this like bohemian style with all of these colors, crazy prints. This is tame for me, but you will see in my later builds. I guess I could take you quickly through the two of the bedrooms. So this one is obviously built for two adults. They both have their dressing spaces and makeup spaces or whatever, and then the actual sleeping area is very minimalistic, in my opinion at least. It's quite theatrical even. And the other bedroom I vibe with more. I really love this rug. I love it. It's from the Organic CC collection. And I love this one. It's the same sofa set or part of the same set that I have here in the living room, but I sized it down, and I just love that they have a Marimekko print, which is Finnish, if you didn't know. Finnish, just like me, if you didn't know, which I love. And I love this, what is it called? The Koinobori. Yeah, I have no idea how to pronounce it. I'm very sorry. At first, I actually wanted the whole house to be monochromatic, as I said, and I wanted the bathroom to be the only space where they suddenly had wallpaper all around, and that would be like the wow point. But then I just couldn't not have wallpaper for the dressing area for the girl because it just looks too good peeking through these room dividers that I thought could be the bedroom. Doesn't actually have a real closing door here. So that's why I thought that these might be sliding doors and I could get away with that. And I adore this hanging fireplace. And then shall we go through the entrance? These tiles I also just got. They're by Hey Harry. They're from the Brutalist bathroom set. And I used them in the kitchen. I used a couple of them actually. And yeah, I do love them. So on to the kitchen. Well, actually, let's go back to seeing where I place the puzzle pieces. So as I already mentioned, I sort of like bumped this square or rectangle piece into this corner in order to again hide that bump out. And then this is, I guess these are the same size. Yeah, so this is one room, and I thought it made a lot of sense to have just like as its own piece. At first, I wanted to maybe have a second entrance here, but the main entrance is here, so I didn't really feel the need to add another one. And then again, I wanted to use the beams and pillars, so maybe the walls were torn down, but the pillars were saved, and this turned into the kitchen. And the actual dining area is quite tight, but you could definitely make it bigger by deleting this windowsill. But I just thought that it was such a fun detail that I wanted to have it. And yeah, the kitchen again, this is like supposed to be a souvenir from Japan as well. The kitchen is more monochromatic, Japan inspired, which I wanted to have for the rest of the apartment as well. But then that didn't happen. But I'm not mad at it. I really do like the kitchen. I love having these like two sets of cabinets, or cabinets on two levels. So you have one on top of the other, and I could have even done it in the way that this is more deep, or this is deeper than the lower one, so it becomes this like shell again, like swallowing inside the lower cabinets. And then yeah, this could be the like a storage space where you store all of the things that you don't use on the regular basis, and this is more for the regular basis use, or so I think. Anyhow, well, actually, yeah, so that led me into having this nice courtyard, and then of course I wanted to have a tree growing inside the house. I wanted to have a pathway leading up to there, and as to the overall architecture, I placed most of the windows towards the inner courtyard and the backyard. And in these inner corners, or armpits as I like to call them, I have openings as well, which I thought was kind of clever. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I do really like it. And here I even got space for a couple of upper level windows, which I love, and the chimney makes the house. I mean, it looks so darn cute. And of course, it's located right above the actual fireplace, which, I mean, if you're not going to place it there, why do it at all? I mean, yeah, so for the outside, like I said, you could easily delete this outdoor kitchen. It's not even, I mean, I consider this to be fencing. And I love that you can have this garden area or vegetable patch over here, which then connects to the open air kitchen and the dining area again. And I love it. I think it's so cute. And this like narrow walkway between the kitchen and the actual house, I think it's so cute. I wish I had something like this. It's so darn cute. Oh. And I love the neon sign with the pink glow to it. I love it. I think I have to address the sand pit, because it's not an actual sand pit. But I mean, you know, like I said, the daughter is already all grown up and stuff. So I figured, since I don't have a sand paint for the ground, so I had to use whatever was closest to it. So maybe from afar you could see that it looks like sand. Maybe it doesn't, but it's the dried grass, which then again I think makes a lot of sense, because if the daughter's all grown up and doesn't play there anymore, then of course it might be full of dried leaves. I mean, I thought I just wanted to have the sand pit, so that's why it's there. Let's just look at it one more time like this. Oh, I love it. I mean, I just have to say, this is my favorite build I've ever done, I think. Which is quite surprising, because it's so minimalistic and small. Because usually, you know, when you build your dream builds, they're like humongous. Even for me, I make them humongous and extravagant. But this one I love, because I could actually, I mean, the kitchen is so far away from all of the other functions. So, I mean, it's not a functional home in real life, but, or it wouldn't be for my needs. But other than that, I really like the house, and I think that some people could actually live in it. And I just loved making it. It took me like 4 full days to actually build it and furnish it completely. But now that it's done, I love it. Anyways, I think that's all I have to say about this build. I really like it. Tell me what you think, and tell me if you attended the Broken Shell Challenge yourself. I will try to let you in more of design intel in the future videos. I don't know if there was so much of that in today's video, but this was also more of a test on seeing if I could actually make a video happen on just using my MacBook Air. So I guess that pretty much sums up the whole video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, why not? And subscribe to my channel if you're at all curious on what sort of content I might put out, because I have a couple of videos nearly finished already. So I will be putting more build videos on here soon, so watch out for that. And I hope you have a great rest of the day. Bye bye, sul sul!